Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and here we are checking out the new stuff for Warhammer Age of Sigmar from the Warhammer preview at the Las Vegas Open. So in this video we'll just be checking out the Age of Sigmar stuff and we'll check out the 40k stuff in another one because I just wanted to focus on this at the moment. So let's get started. It seems that the Pointy Elves have had their name revealed, the Lumineth Realm Lords. Cool name to be honest, but I wish they kind of stuck with the Pointy Elves. Honestly, at first thought, I think these models look amazing. They honestly kept true to the whole high elf aesthetic, and you can see these in the models. The spearmen look absolutely fantastic. They are called Venari Auralan Wardens now, that's a bit of a mouthful, and they're the basic standard infantry. It looks like they come with sword and shield, as they've got a sword on their back. I'm not sure how this works. Will they be monopose? Will they be changeable? They just look absolutely awesome, to be honest. I'm just looking at it in an aesthetic point of view. I'm not sure how they're going to play, but it shows that GW's cast team are getting more and more talented with these things. I mean, just look at the new unit, which is known as the Venari Dawn Guard. These guys harken back to pretty much the time of the Silver Helms, I'd like to say. Just really visually upgraded. They look absolutely stunning, and to be honest, I'm going to try and see if I can fit them on 25mm bases and use them in Warhammer Fantasy. Moving swiftly on, we have some famous characters swiftly returning from the Warhammer Fantasy scene into Age of Sigmar. The first one being Arion the Grim. He's now some sort of hollow-out warrior. It's very strange to look at, to be honest. But nonetheless, it's actually really nice to see Arion come back in some way, shape, or form. To be honest, he was always one of my favorite characters in the Warhammer Fantasy universe as a high elf. He was always quite, brutal. And yes, while not having the most lore, I always wondered why he didn't come back into Age of Sigmar. Yes, I know a lot of characters didn't get turned into Age of Sigmar or moved into Age of Sigmar, but it's nice seeing some old familiar faces. Well, faces, he's hollow, coming back. Then Big Boy Teclis is back, riding some strange man Hippogriff thing. I'm not too sure what to call that. I know it's got a name, but I'm just looking at it and it's just like, huh? But still, his model looks fairly interesting. I think he's kind of just floating. They'll probably just have him attached to the wing or something. But it's cool, honestly. It is actually quite cool. Obviously, these are not all the units that will be featuring in this new army and the Battletome, so there'll be more news for us in the future. But this already is a quite nice preview for those Age of Sigmar players and those wishing to convert into Warhammer Fantasy. On a quick note for the Warhammer Fantasy players, I can see the horses and the footmen fitting on 20mm bases and the 25x50 bases respectfully. I'm not too sure if this is intended, I'm not 100% sure about this, but it looks really cool and it makes me very positive about this. Moving swiftly on, we have some big news for the Seraphon players. They're finally getting a new Battletome, and it looks like some scenery is also coming with them. Even I, who don't play Age of Sigmar, know that the Seraphon players have been asking for a Battletome for what seems to be ages, so it's kind of nice about that. Though nothing in that article suggests that we'll be getting any new Seraphon models, which is kind of surprising because I know as a fantasy player that a lot of these are quite outdated and very, very old. Maybe there will be some new models, I'm not 100% too sure, but it seems that they're putting a lot of focus first onto the new elves other than the Seraphon. There might be something, and I'm hoping there's just an update to like the Slan models, because yeah, the resin isn't really great, to be honest. But last and not least, we have a new Warhammer Underworlds warband, those of the Putrid Blight Kings, some new models which look absolutely amazing. That sorcerer just looks awesome, and it already gives me a bunch of ideas for conversion pieces. All in all, I think that this preview was absolutely great. There's new models, there's new Battletome, and hell, it looks like a lot of them will also be able to be used in Warhammer Fantasy, which gives me hope for Warhammer the Old World that they'll be backwards compatible in some way, but we'll talk about that more in another future because I don't want to distract about this. Are you guys going to get any of the new models when they come out? Let me know in the comments below. But with that, my friends, it's 7 AM now in my time. I think I need to have a coffee before I go to work, and we've come to the end of our video. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description below, we have some social media links and some affiliate links where you can get yourself some of these new models when they come out, of course, for a bit cheaper than GW, and it also supports the channel at no extra cost from you. A big thank you to our patrons for supporting the channel because it really does help us out. Believe me, I've been having a lot of cabling issues recently and that has actually helped. But with that, my friends, thank you once again and have a nice day.